Hey guys, it's IDW, and we only have one more video worth of requisite work before we actually start to build something that's going to implement pipelining. So there is one last thing that we need to take note of, and that is something called anti-burnout. And the whole thing about anti-burnout is that there's a few problems with just going in and build something that's perfectly synchronized, because there's a few more challenges to making something that can pipeline really, really rapidly between all of your different inputs. And that is, sorry, I had to turn, it looked like my screen was going a bit dark, so anyways. There's a few things that that we're going to want to optimize. First of all, we're going to have to think about the components that we use. Because if we're going to minimize the amount of time that it takes to do each step, just like in my factory example, if each one of your workers does a minimal amount of time, then you're going to get as fast as a throughput as possible. Then you're going to have to optimize a few things. And as it turns out, some redstone components, well, one really big one, won't actually work at this speed. And that would be the redstone torch. Because redstone torches burn out, and the reason for this is because basically, otherwise you could do an infinitely repeating loop like this, and that would just not really work well, and it would lag your computer to death. So it was made in an update some time ago, I think, or I don't think it was ever, it was always like this when redstone was first introduced. I'm not sure. But anyways, it was made so that redstone torches could actually turn off if it turned out that they were doing a repeating signal that was less than 2 ticks. So if you want a pipeline at a time that's equal to 2 ticks, well, have each stage take 2 ticks, then you cannot use redstone torches. You can do it if you're going to do it at 3 ticks, but at 2 ticks, it's just impossible. There's just no you just can't do it. And that's a really big problem, because it means that we're not going to be able to use redstone torches. But when Minecraft 1.5 was introduced, they added a new comparator block. And one of the interesting things about this was that if you think about it, right here, we have ourselves an inverter that we can replace our redstone torches with. So if I just grab a lever here, oh ho ho ho. So anyways, introducing this into Minecraft made it possible to do stuff like this that wasn't using repeater-only logic, which is unearthly complicated, and I just don't want to go over it in this series, because it's just so much simpler to just use comparators. But yeah, by the way, with only repeaters, you can actually do the same thing, but it's just simpler to use comparators, period, exclamation point. So yeah, that's what anti-burnout logic is. And basically the reason that it's called anti-burnout logic is because you're trying to avoid the torches burning out, which would happen if you were to use redstone torches. So basically, all you have to take away from this video is no redstone torches if you want to minimize the amount of time that it takes to do each step of a certain job. And yeah, so basically no pistons, no redstone torches, and it has to be completely synced. Alright, I'm on. We're going to build a device that is going to fit all of these requirements, and it's going to be amazing how fast we can do this. It's going to be able to add 10 different numbers together in 1 second and get 5 different results. So yeah, that's basically what anti-burnout logic is. And yeah, I hope that you learned, and see you next time, where we're going to build a monstrosity carry look everywhere adder that is going to actually implement this. And the thing about building a carry look everywhere adder like this is that it is easily possible, but it's just really difficult. Oh yes, and it has to be carry look everywhere edition, just because that guarantees that it's going to be synchronized. Also, with this level of logic, you want to have your wires be organized. So if you don't know what carry look everywhere edition is, I have a video on it. It's difficult to wrap your mind around if you haven't seen all of my series. But yeah, actually, I don't think that video will be out yet. So yeah, see you guys next time where we'll build this thing.